There's a couple of them.
We're going to go ahead and get started with our media availability for this afternoon. We're now joined by Ryan Blaney, driver of the number 12 Ford for Team Penske, who will be starting in the first position for Sunday's race. This also marks Team Penske's 150th Cup Series pole, so congrats on that, Ryan. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. If you have one, please raise your hand and we will get a mic over to you. We'll start down here with Reed, and then we'll go to Davey.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire. Do you consider this a statement at all, beating the guy who won the last 3 road course poles?
I mean, it's 90 laps is going to be a little bit harder tomorrow to beat him, but you got to start somewhere, right? So I think it's more neat for me just knowing, like, from our side, the 12 team we had an absolute abysmal weekend here last year. Saturday practice was awful. Qualifying, we were terrible, and then we made half a lap in the race because we qualified so bad and went home early. And we worked really hard on where do we need to get better here, where do I need to do a better job, and how can we improve our race cars as well. So it was like a big dual effort. So just proud of their dedication to get better at this place and improving like the car from last year. And I tried to work on a lot of things, and I consider myself a pretty average road course racer. I work really hard to try to get better and where can I improve my driving skills and style to compete a little bit more at these places. And it's neat when all that comes together. And I try to just take these things one day at a time. Like tomorrow's a whole different task, but it's nice to have, done our job really well today. And now it's about focusing on, all right, how do we turn this around and try to make 90 good laps tomorrow?
We'll go down here to Davey and then over to Holly.
Davey Siegel with SiriusXM. Did that lap surprise you at all in any way?
So I was planning on running 2, regardless. And I made my first lap, and I saw my time, and I was like, well, it's pretty good. I was like, and the normal pickup I thought was going to be like a few tenths. And I ran like a mid-20 on my first lap. And I knew the benchmark, I knew what Shane ran in the first group, and knew you had to be probably in the low 72s, high 71s to obviously get the pole. And so I knew I had a really good lap going. I got through the S's really good. Like 2 and 3, I got up the hill really good. My car stuck well. And I thought I gave a little bit back in the bus stop. I kind of committed really hard in there and got loose and hit the curbs wrong. But luckily had like a buffer from the S's to be able to afford like a little mistake. So I thought it was going to be pretty good. I didn't know if it was going to run like in the 90s. I thought it was going to be maybe an O or something like that. But judging off the first lap, I was like, man, I think I can compete pretty good for, the first handful of spots. But yeah, a little surprising I was able to run that fast.
Without giving away any secrets or anything, what have you been working on, or what have you been trying to hone in on with Jonathan and your team to get better, not just here, but at this discipline in general?
Yeah, I think like overall in general, we've been working really hard on our road course program. I feel like it's an area that we aren't as strong as we want to be, and that's all of Team Penske. So we've done a great job at that. I thought we had a great run at Sonoma. Didn't get the finish that I thought we deserved. But that was a big step, hey, you had great speed there. I felt pretty decent like at Chicago. So I think we were creeping up on this road course thing a little bit better as a group. And I guess from my side, just really studying, and kind of just personal reflection of watching races and watching my own data. Man, you got to do these things a little bit better, whether it's just braking technique, how do you apply and roll off the brakes different, how do you commit to carrying speed through the center, it's all little things. Joey Hand is a Ford Performance guy that really helps me out. He's sat at the simulator with me for a long time. He's done it for the last few years. So talking to Joey before this race weekend really helped me out. He explains things in a really good way that I can understand and grasp as a racer. So I think it's just a lot of little things, that really we put our focus into, and was able to accomplish it for one day. Hopefully we can accomplish it tomorrow.
We'll come down here to Holly.
Hi, Ryan. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. That kind of leads exactly into what I was going to ask you. So now you're starting with SVG, right, on your whether you're going to be inside or outside. But I mean, what is that like then, to have to be able to get the best of him on a restart?
Yeah, I think it's the first time he and I have raced together on a road course side by side. People ask me all the time, they're like, what does Shane do when you're out there running that he's doing so much better? I was like, man, I don't really race with him much. He's so far ahead, I don't ever see what he's doing to be so much faster. Like, yeah, you look at data and stuff, but yeah, it's just going to be neat. Bubba actually came up to me after qualifying and said, congrats, but now he's going to make you look really bad. So I was like, hey, one day at a time. I beat him one day. Tomorrow's going to be a lot different and more difficult task for sure. But yeah, I'm just, it's nice to qualify well, obviously qualify next to Shane, his talents. And, at some point of the race, hopefully, we are racing each other to where I can maybe pick up a few things, like seeing it with my own two eyes in front of me. And a lot of it is stuff you can't see, like it's in the car that he does. But I think maybe seeing some of the stuff from my seat might be able to learn from that. So it's whenever you can learn from the best guys out there, and obviously he is the very best at the road course stuff. It's always nice. I try to take all that and absorb it. Bubba? Oh, Shane? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Any other questions for Ryan? We'll go all the way there in the back, and then we'll come down to Dustin.
Hey Ryan, Tino Patino here. Just wondering, do you feel like you are the road course guy for the Penske group as of now? Been getting better throughout the season. Who would you sort of pinpoint as the road course guy if you had one at your team?
I don't know. I feel like all of us have our weekends. Like, some weekends I feel like I have a little bit of an edge. Other weekends, Joey, and then Austin. I think we all kind of rotate. There's no really specific reason why. I think some road courses fit the style of each guy a little bit differently. So yeah, I don't think there's like one guy who's the road course guy at our group. I think everybody has their weekends where they excel, or someone else maybe edges them out. Cool.
Come down here to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Obviously, one of the great things about the sport for you guys is that there's always another race. So, in that sense, how difficult was this last year, and especially with what happened on the first lap and everything, and how quickly were you able to get over that, or is that still something that burns?
I got over it very quick. Yeah, I don't really stew on things very often. I mean, I think maybe for that night, I try to let it go when I open my eyes the next day. Like, I try to make sure it's all gone and just focus on the next task. But yeah, just trying to prepare for this weekend, like talking about, like, we didn't have any race notes to talk about. Like, hey, what were we in the race? Well, I don't know. So that was a little bit difficult. So we just really looked at a lot of practice and where did we struggle at in practice, and that's our best comparison to like race pace, and then qualifying speed kind of trickled into that too. Like, where did we struggle there compared to, and how did we get it better? So yeah, I didn't really, I knew we worked really hard at this place because it was a rough weekend last year. Like, the 2 days were brutal, and everyone's confidence was pretty down leaving it. But then we focused on the next week. But like, sitting and going through this year, working on our road course stuff, pinpointing this one as a place of, we can really learn it. Did we improve? Because these places where you have had rough weekends and are way off on speed, you really pinpoint those, and they're a huge benchmark of, did we get our stuff better from year to year? And that's a huge props to everybody on our group for digging in and figuring out where to get better. And so yeah, that's something I'm really proud of with those folks.
Obviously, with the pole lane choice, so how will you look at it for the start? And is there really one distinct lane that has an advantage over the other, as opposed to like we see at other tracks?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Watching ARCA and trucks, and then this Xfinity race today, kind of just look at some trends, and then just kind of seeing what you're feeling tomorrow. But so I kind of look at all that stuff when it comes to here, and how does it launch? How is 7, for the inside or outside guy? See if there is an advantage for either lane. And then, so I'll be thinking about that, watching this one, and then thinking about it overnight to tomorrow.
All right, Ryan. Thanks for your
Thanks,
time. Good
everybody.
luck this weekend.
Thank you.